So I don't really know where I'm going with this. I just wanted to record my thoughts as I shake butter and comfort a crying baby. A lot of my day is shaking butter. And so I get on the computer to pass the time, but I figured I might as well pass the time making something useful. Usually I sit and I do my research for whatever it is I'm wanting to find out about while I rock the baby. But thought I'd try this. You can do whatever your dream is. If you're feeling like, I don't know, if your dream isn't a little bit crazy or a little bit almost impossible, then dream bigger. You can do whatever you dream, so might as well dream big. Like, what's the point of dreaming if it's not a little bit impossible, a little bit fantasy? You know, we've lived your typical American life, you know, we bought a little house in town, you know, that kind of thing, and it wasn't enough, and so we looked outside of that to see what we wanted, and it turns out that most of what we wanted was things that we'd been dreaming about since we were little. You know, when you're little, you dream of, what was it that you dreamt of when you were little? That's usually what it comes back to. Yes. I always wanted to be a mom, and I always wanted to, okay, when I was a kid, I wanted to have the best of both worlds. I wanted to have a castle in my backyard, and I wanted the rule to be that when you entered that castle, you had to wear period costume, and that was like the thing. And then I had a normal house, so I wanted both a traditional classic house and a castle, and I wanted traditional comfortable jeans and a t-shirt costume in my normal life, and then I wanted authentically, you know, medieval or whatever time period I was thinking of at the time in the castle or whatever. And so, you know, go back to your childhood and dream and imagine and realize that these things, if they're still a part of who you are, because we all change and we all evolve and develop new things that we love and care about, but what still excites you? When you close your eyes, and I think if you find a block and if you feel like there's no, I don't have, you know, I've got what I want, and that's awesome to be happy with where you are. That's a gift. That is an amazing skill. But wanting to progress and make your life better is, I think, an amazing, like, it's a drive. It moves progress. You know, standing still is what, I don't know, stagnant and I think detrimental to humankind. Progression and bettering ourselves is what, I don't know, that's what makes us godlike, I think, in a way. You know, closer to our Heavenly Father, more following His example as we grow and we shape our surroundings and we develop and change ourselves and improve ourselves. But, you know, when I close my eyes, I think this is one of the things that I do. I recommend if you're having a block in your mind of feeling like dreams are impossible, what's the point? I'm never going to achieve them, and what's the point of achieving them? You know, you're almost fulfilling if you're thinking those negative things, you're definitely fulfilling them because you're not going to try. If you feel like they're impossible, there's no way you're going to jump. You're never going to make that leap. You're never going to take that chance because it feels impossible, and so you never really will do it. So if you're wanting to take a leap and take a chance and change your life and live your dreams, I think you need to close your eyes and erase every judgmental thought from your mind that you might be feeling judged by someone or even yourself. I think sometimes we put on ourselves the judgment we think others are judging us with. And so if you close your eyes and you say, okay, what's my ideal life? Pretend like you have no neighbors critiquing, no, you know, whoever it is, erase everyone but you and your children and God. And what life do you want? You know, pleasing God is important to me, and so I leave that one in there. I don't take him out of the picture when I start erasing who's judging me. And then, you know, how do I satisfy him and satisfy myself and make my family and my children happy and fulfilled? And so, you know, for us, that dream is, you know, open fields and running around and hearing the birds and feeling the wind on your face and having freedom to, you know, experiment and experience life and touch and feel and think and play. And, you know, I have this, you know, our house is made out of natural materials, and that is inspiring to me. Everything is made with an artistic flair to it. Hand carving, you know, in our stairs, and hand sculpted walls, and, you know, every bowl is handmade, every spoon, every, you know, most, you know, by us. If I could be, you know, dreaming the biggest, I would love to make all my own furniture. I would love to make my own clothing. I would love to make all of my own, grow all of our own food, raise all of our own meat, raise our own honey, you know. And I'm just, these aren't even dreams that I have tangibly achieved yet. You know, we all have this, and it makes your excitement, and you just get so excited. Those dreams are achievable, and if we keep dreaming them and we keep admitting to ourselves that they're real, we can do those things. And I think that's what made us finally jump into the unknown, so to speak, from a completely perfectly finished house. We had a finished, clean, beautiful house with a good yard, with mature trees, a great neighborhood, a great, Trent was taking care of our family with all of our needs with his art career, and yet our dreams were still so big, and we were happy, we were satisfied with our life, but all of a sudden we just felt like we wanted to go look at this house. And it was just, something was like, okay, well, we were just curiosity, really. Let's go check it out. And then all of a sudden, it just snowballed from there. We moved. We live in this fixer-upper, and we love it. It's incredibly, like, we feel like our dreams are just right around the corner. Every time we finish some part of the house, every time we purchase another animal or harvest another crop, we're doing it. It's real. It's not a dream anymore. And that is so satisfying and so addictive, and you just want to do it again and again and again, and it's so fulfilling. And I think that's what we want to share with people, is the addictive way that living like your dreams can be. And this, to us, is our dream. And for everyone, it's different, you know. We have evolved and grown in so many ways that we never even thought. Like, if you had asked me when we lived in the Logan house, I probably would have said, oh, I would love to have tons of acreage. I would love to have fields to run and play. I would love to sew all of our own clothes. I knew that was definitely a dream that I had a few years ago. But I never would have told you that I would have these other dreams that I've reached. I think changing the way we think is what made us open our mind for these other aspects of our life. Emma was born at home, right in our bedroom. And that was never something that I put on my dream list until it came that I was pregnant, and I followed my intuition was leading me into this other area, and natural medicine and herbs and so many other aspects of our lives that we never even knew were part of our dreams. And now that we've learned and grown, and in these areas specifically, we look to all these other areas, and now we have all these different other dreams. And it's fulfilling, it's amazing, and whatever we want, we can have if we want it bad enough. I know I laugh at myself. When we lived in Logan, I always wanted a flower garden, and yet somehow we had that house for 10 years, and then I finally planted those first seeds, and it was amazing. My dream finally came true, but why did I put it off so long? I never put forth the effort to plant flowers in that yard, because that's not where my dream was. That's not where my flower garden was. And so I was fulfilling this negative thought of, I'll never have a flower garden here. Well, yeah, so I never had a flower garden there until I finally changed my mind. And I wanted it so bad. And I wanted it so bad that I'm like, I don't care that this isn't the ideal property. I'm going to make it as ideal as I possibly can. I changed, I took that leap. I made that change. So if you have a dream that you want really bad, well, how bad do you want it? Go and get it. But yeah, I think, a lot of us are living exactly the life that we want because we're doing it. And so if you're not living the life you want, then don't do it. Go do something else. Go do your dream. Just, I want to say stop dreaming and start doing, but don't ever stop dreaming. But definitely start doing and keep doing, and you'll find that you won't ever want to stop.